when I usually go through patch notes, I have Legends of Runeterra Twitter page like set to notifications on my phone. I'm just giving a little preface. And so these patch notes always come out while I'm at work every day. Well, whenever they do come out. So I was in the office at work, and I saw the patch notes. And first of all, I saw this comment, which is Vladimir makes a new splatter with his new look. And for a second, I thought that they like changed his art in the game to how do you spell Vladimir? Oh my god. I thought they changed him in lore to like his Wild Rift looked. Like, let me show you guys. Open image, a new tab. Holy shit, that's really zoomed out. This is really fuzzy and really bad quality, but you get the gist. You get the gist. I thought they had changed him to like the Wild Rift look, and I was like, oh my god, they're changing his art. And then I realized that they hadn't done that. So just to give some preface, before we dive right into the patch 4.8 notes, I scanned through this very, very briefly while I was at work, of course. And as I was going through, it just like kept getting better and better and better. And I was like, holy shit. And I just stopped scrolling at a certain point. And I was like, I'm just going to save the rest of it for stream. So I have because I was at work. So I only very briefly just like swiped through just like everything. It's like not everything up to a certain point, and then I stopped. So this is kind of like, this is me going more in depth into not just the variety cards, but also the buffs and the nerfs. And then just there's going to be some stuff on here that I haven't seen. So there we go. All right. So let's first talk about the variety cards. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit because I think this will be better for the viewing experience. You know what I mean? Is this too much? Is this too much? No, that's good. That's perfect, right? The card's just like, I'm like, the card's not even getting bigger. It's just the same size. Okay. Should I just like, no, this is fine. This is perfect. We're going to leave this as is. All right. So the first variety card that we're getting is Divine Draft, which is this, it's kind of just like your standard P&Z, like your Static Shock or like the Time Winder card. Steal 1 to an enemy or Nexus and one other, except this is a slow speed spell. The thing that is most interesting about this card is that it appears it is teasing some sort of like Janna, is what I've seen speculation for, and I think that's really cool because I always get really excited about the idea of new champions coming into the game, of course. So that's what it appears like. It looks like wind, you know? So Janna, potentially? It's really also interesting to me that Janna would be a PNZ champion. Not that Janna really has much of an identity because, I mean, she's just kind of like a skimpy, scantily clad wind elf mage thing. Not really much of a identity there, but I guess you guys are saying P and Z makes sense given Janna's lore, which I was not aware of Janna's lore. So yeah, this is cool. I was surprised to see Janna being like P and Z affiliated technically. So yeah. Anyways, move on to Crystalline Storm Raptor. Burp. We get a burp. It's a 5 mana Freljord card that is basically just like, it's an avalanche on a stick. It also does not hit itself, which is interesting. It's very understated for its cost, of course. So yeah, I mean, it's basically just like it's like an avalanche, a blighted ravine, but this time it's a unit and it's a skill that goes on the stack. So notably, the only thing that can stop this, because it's a skill, is Rite of Negation and Deny, I believe. You cannot signpost the Bandle Deny. You can't put this back in the hand with Bandle Signpost, and you can't like notify this kind of thing or whatever. So yeah, I mean, this is kind of falls into that Scar Grounds type support-esque thing. But the biggest thing is that it's burb support. Will this be played? I genuinely could not tell you. I mean, like, it's a 5 mana 3/2 that deals 2. I mean, like we have seen in based off past iterations that the deal 2 to all units is a pretty powerful effect that Freljord has for its control type things. But because it is a skill, this is interactable. All right, moving on. Let's talk about Tidal Invocation. 2 mana Bilgewater fast speed spell that deals 1 to a unit, spawns 1 for each damage dealt, which is very interesting wording, especially when you notice that this is in Bilgewater, because it leads you to believe that this is probably some sort of keg support, because the wording leads it to believe like, oh yes, you know, when you boost up the amount of damage dealt, you get additional spawning. But the interesting thing is that the artwork really does not match keg support or spawn support. So I'm very interested about like what the vibe is going on here. It appears to be a staff of flowing water, which, like I said, it just doesn't match the vibe or the energy that this card is giving me. Kind of looks like a Nami card. It kind of does look like a Nami card, which is really interesting because it's kind of leading me to believe that there potentially may be some more Nami support going on, but who knows? I saw a lot of people saying there's full art for units and landmarks on Runeterra AR. Say no more, fam. Say no more. New cards. Here we go. Oh, beautiful. Perfect. Oh, wait, but I didn't react to these in order. Okay, we're going to keep going down this list, and then we'll look at the new card art. I saw some stuff on Reddit. I don't go on Reddit. I stopped going on Reddit a while ago. On Twitter, whatever you want to call it nowadays, that this is a very similar card to Vile Feast because it's, instead of draining 1, it's dealing 1, and it's still summoning a 1-old thing, basically. A 1/1 body. So, interesting. Based off of the comparison of Tidal Invocation to Vile Feast, and we have to remember, Vile Feast was a core card in Shadow Isles. Bilgewater being a completely different unit, we don't know what the implication is for Tidal Invocation, but so far it looks like a strong card, and I'm very curious about how this artwork ties into the effect that is happening here. Now that's going to tie into like Nami as a whole, and maybe more cards being printed for her support and whatnot. Yeah, Epic Gabs, I just gone to LOR, I'm not getting anything, but I enjoy being here. Hell yeah, thanks for stopping by, Gabs. Hope you enjoy the stream. Okay, anyways, let's move on. Oh god, I coughed. I can't help it. I'm sorry. Proliferating Dark Wraith. I actually have no idea what this card does. 1 mana, 1/1 Shadow Isles with Last Breath. Create and deck an exact copy of your strongest Dark Wraith in the deck. Create a copy of your strongest Dark Wraith and double the stats up to her. Wait, what? What the hell does this card do? The order here seems weird. Because based off the ordering of this card, it sounds like it's just creating a copy of a 1/1 Proliferating Dark Wraith in your deck. Can we also just say that Proliferating Dark Wraith is such a mouthful? Like, this card is so extra. I'm just kidding. It creates an exact copy of your strongest Proliferating Deck Wraith in deck, then doubles the stats of Proliferating Dark Wraith in the deck. I'm so confused about this card. I feel like the wording is backwards because I feel like I said, I feel like it's creating a 1/1 copy in your deck when it dies, and then it doubles its stats afterwards. So you have to, it has to stack upon itself, maybe? Maybe that is correct. You need to, kill it a couple times to really start ramping it up, which doesn't seem that good to me. I'm gonna be very honest. Anyways, moving on. We're going to talk about Crimson Banquet Hall, which is now a 2-mana landmark. Allies cost 1 less. When you play an ally, deal 2 to it. That's Vlad support, baby. Hell yeah. So, 2 mana, very cheap landmark, which is really nice. Makes it really easy to play. Very, very extremely playable card. You deal 2. Dealing 2 is a big deal. That's a lot of damage. So as cheap as this landmark is, you probably want to pull it off and playing this right away, so you're not just you're kind of capping yourself out from playing things. That being said, this is very, very thoroughly Scargrounds, Vlad, Braum type support. of which, spoiler alert, thanks Legends of Runeterra, Vlad is showcasing a new look. So we know that there's going to be some Vlad changes later down the line. So we'll see how... I actually have no idea what the Vlad change is. Because I saw Vlad when I was scrolling through, and I was just like, okay, Vlad, cool. I'll be honest, I've never really cared much for Vlad, or like the Scargrounds package in general. So, yeah, this is an interesting buff, but it has, for me, in my opinion, unless the Vlad and like the Scargrounds package gets buffed to a certain extent, this has no implication to me because this is a very hefty, like, the cost of dealing damage to your units is really high and hasn't really found its niche yet in Legends of Runeterra. Anyways, let's move on to Mr. Thrifter. 1 mana Bandle City card. When one or more of your traps or boons activates, plant 2 of it in that player's deck. So basically, if a boon activates, like a chime or a portal activates in my deck, you'll plant 2 more of it in mine. But if a shroom or a flash bomb activates in my opponent's deck, it plants 2 more in that deck. Okay, that's really interesting. And it's a 1 mana 0/3, so this is just a card that kind of sits on your backline. It's one of those cards that also falls in line with it's like Puffcap Peddler or like Flash Bomb Peddler, except this one's not a peddler, he's a thrifter. And this has no attack either. It's just a 1 mana card. This is very interesting. Because you can kind of just pop this on the board for very cheap and then just keep infinitely scaling off your boons or the opponent's traps you're putting in your opponent's deck, which is interesting. The 0 attack is not really that great. Also, you have to take notice that that's plant 2 in that player's deck. It does not specify where in the deck, or if like it's like the top 10 or like the whatever, or the top 8. It's just like anywhere in your deck. So I think this is a very like open-ended card, which is interesting. And I guarantee this will see play because there's always like those trap or boon enthusiasts, you know? Because there are neat and fun archetypes it is a neat and fun archetype to play. But the implication of what this means and like the randomness of planting 2 just like anywhere in your deck is really hard for me to evaluate in general. Cheap body block. 3 block is pretty good. Like that's a good body to block. But yes, this is just kind of sitting on your back line. I feel like it's very good at the very start or at the very late of the game. So you mean like all the time? Alright, Cosmic Call. Wait, holy shit. Is this invoke support? Okay, wait. 2 mana, Targon, burst speed. Invoke a Celestial that costs 7 or more, or pay... Okay, wait. Invoke a Celestial that costs 7 or more. So... You don't... So, okay, Star Shaping gives you healing. This does not, but it costs 2 mana. That's pretty good. Or you can choose to pay 8 mana for this card to reduce the cost of your Celestials everywhere by half. Oh, fuck yeah, baby. You already know I'm gonna play this card. That's so fucking cool. I love that. Like, Celestials are always... I love Celestials. It's like one of the reasons why Targon is my favorite region in the entire game. And, like... having a fun card like this, which is 8 mana, so you can play it as soon as like turn 5 if you really wanted to be saucy about it, and you can kind of just like start ramping up the Celestial game plan faster, is really fun. Pay 8. Do you also, if you pay 8, do you still invoke? It's also, yes, if you pay 8 mana, you do also still invoke. That's a very, very good point, Broken. So yeah, this is a really cool card. Oh my god, I can't wait to build so many decks with Celestials. That's, oh my god. Hell yeah. 0/3 is like, it's Chime's Chow. Oh, Mr. Thrifter. Oh my god, you're so right. It has literally the Dragon Chow stats. Rest in peace, Dragon Chow. Alright, move on to Eris. Okay. I know it's an Ionia card. And we hate Ionia here, but like that's some really cute card art. It's giving me like hard Ari vibes. Okay, 2 mana, 1/1 elusive. Summon a random husk. Oh. Well, as beautiful as this card is, that's a really shitty effect. I can imagine this card is gonna cause a lot of pain and suffering. I think husks kind of like hit that nerve for a lot of people now. Almost kind of similar to how like Blade Dance did for a like not as bad as Blade Dance did after Zyrelia, but like husks kind of hit that nerve for people is what I've noticed. So seeing this husk support in Ionian as a loser that just keeps continuously summoning random husks is not my favorite, but you know. But the art's cute though, so we'll give it that. Balin the Benevolent, 4 mana 0/4, formidable attack, grant formidable allies everywhere, +1 health. Oh my god, Galio mains are eating good tonight. Galio mains are eating. I just want you guys to know that I have been a Galio OG stan since day 1. I need to show you guys. Where the hell is my Galio skin? No, I bet you, look at this shit. Infernal Galio, owned. I bet you no one else you know has an Infernal Galio skin. I was here since day 1. I just want I let it be known on the record, I was a day 1 Galio main. I totally did not purchase Infernal Galio for a video. Anyways. Okay, but seriously though, back in the day, back when I was a gamer enthusiast, I used to make Galio Soraka. I had a Galio Soraka deck list, which was fire. Only OG people will remember that deck list. It was called the Puff. It was called the Puff Pile, which I thought was so fucking funny. Anyways. That being said, yes, PP was cooking that day. Oh yes, it wasn't that day. I've always been cooking. This is great though. I'm happy to see formidable. I'm happy to see this as a grant everywhere. This is great formidable support. I can't wait to finally get to use my goddamn Infernal Galio skin. This will be great, guys. I can rep it too. Everyone's gonna be like, oh my god, she's got the Galio skin. You know?
House Ursus just resubbed for 19 months. It was Galio Soraka Yumi, I remember it fondly. Puff pile for life.
Yo, House Ursus, thanks so much for subbing for 19 months. I totally forgot about Yumi because Yumi was an actual one-off in that deck list. The fact that you remember the Puff pile is so sweet. Oh my god. Thank you so much for supporting House Ursus and for sticking around for 19 months, including for the Puff pile. Appreciate you being here. Oh god, that's so funny. I have to dig that deck up again someday. Anyways, let's move on to Valley of Imitation before we move on to... We'll look at the full card arts before we move on to like looking at the buffs and stuff. Oh my god, look at where if you can see the chat box, I'm like not even halfway through. This is so much. When you play a follower, transform me into an exact copy of it this round. I retain granted buffs. Is that fucking Chip? That's so troll. Okay, I have no idea what this card is supposed to do. I'm genuinely like, I kind of read that, but like I didn't really comprehend what it said. But I want to look at the card art for this because what the hell is this? And this here is the most beautiful. Oh god, I can't do it. And favorite stop on the tour. Oh my god, it's literally Chip talking. Oh wait, that's Chip. Chip cameo Pog. So many people like my tour that day. Built a big strong Chip. And who will let's go say hi, Big Chip. Big Chip loves everybody, and especially all the people who have come along on his tour. That's sweet. That is very sweet. Chip is a special one, that's for sure. This is very cute though. I have to say, if you were to tell me like Chip Landmark support was something that was going to be printed, I would have I would have said you were on drugs. But here we are with Valley of Imitation. So, okay, let me comprehend what this card is. When you play a follower, transform me. Oh, the landmark transforms into an exact copy of it. I retain the granted buffs. So then it transforms back on the next turn, back into a landmark. Wait, that's so interesting. That is actually very cool. And that is actually, if you were gonna print any kind of chip card support, this is fucking positive. It's actually very, very cool. I'm very interested to, I feel like my brain is not big enough to really fully comprehend what kind of things could be paired with this, but I feel like this is like a card that probably has a lot of deck building possibilities with it. Is Chip Grant? Chip is Grant, yes. Chip is also Targon to my understanding. Because he's with Malphite. But he is a Grant meat +2/+2. I mean, you could do Targon Shrima. Hey, Targon Shrima is my favorite region combination. I don't know about you. Interesting, though. I think there's a lot of implications for this card that people will likely find. I mean, the thing is you have to keep the follower alive, though, because when this transforms, the follower can die. But that's really, really neat. I love the flavor of this card. I gotta say, of all the new cards that were released, this is probably my favorite flavor, given like how it seems so simple, but the unique effect that's happening here really kind of just like sells it for me. Plus, it helps that the flavor text is cute. Excuse me. Do you guys hear these sirens in the background? Okay, anyways. It's the Q police. Yeah, they've come to arrest Chip. Chip, you will be arrested for your crimes. Okay, let's quickly look at all the full card art. Oh, so that looks like Janna. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. When I first saw this card art, because of the way the armor is oriented, I genuinely thought this was a dude. But the closer I look at this, the way that the face is kind of like very soft and the hair is like coming down like this genuinely actually could be Janna, which makes me really excited because they're probably knowing how much Legends of Runeterra fucking slays character design. There's so many references I can make. Like, look at the fucking Nidalee redesign. Ooh dear, like, holy shit. I just know they are totally going to slay this Janna redesign. This is completely different from the scantily clad wind elf mage that I know that is Janna. This is so different. This looks really cool. This makes me really hyped to see because if this is Janna, which it kind of does look like, she's got the signature white hair and like, you know, the pose that I would expect a wind mage to make, makes me very excited for any Janna redesign they're gonna do. And she's got armor too. Oh my god. Some sort of armor. Wow. Zodites eat a stray breeze smells like salvation. Okay, so yeah, Janna is like a Zodite. That's interesting. I should really read up more on like League of Legends universe lore, honestly. Okay, this is the Crimson Hall Banquet. Come, my friends, sit. I can't wait to show you what's for supper. It's you, bitch. That's exactly what I could expect Vladimir saying. Like, it's you, bitch. I just picture Vlad being very sassy. Hey, I'd sit down. Looks great. Looks yummy. Only the most learned can bend the elements to their will. Interesting. Like I said, like the tentacles, like it's very different. It's not what I expect. The effect is very different from the vibe going on here. I think this may be hinting at something more to come, honestly, but we'll just have time will tell. That being said, this is probably a strong card. Was that the two girls in the bottom right? Oh yeah, Ophelia and you know what I'm talking about, like the Crimson Disciple and stuff like that. I just know Ophelia. She's the blonde-haired girl. I never really played League of Legends, but I like League of Legends Arcane Lore, which is why I love this game. Exactly. Like, I also like it's so good. This game really just does a fantastic job of building upon the universe. Eris. I guess she's seducing this person to meet Ari or something. Look, I don't blame this dude. I'd get seduced too. Ah, this art is beautiful. Oh, to meet Eve. Oh, because she summons husks. Because she summons husks. I get it. This card art is fucking beautiful. Holy shit. That's all I have to say. Oh! Look at that! Look! Do you see the reflection? Oh, I love shit like that. She like looks all pretty and bootyful and stuff, but then when you look at the reflection, you can see her evil glowing eyes. Look, I'll show you guys. If I could zoom in properly. Do you see that? Isn't that sick as fuck? Do you see that shit, guys? Oh my god, I love it. I love it when artists do stuff like that. Like, you don't notice it on the first look or whatever, but then when you look further, you're like, she evil. I love that. That's cool. We looked at Chip. Here's Crystalline Storm Raptor. Big electric ice. Okay, it's not electric, but you get the point. Ice burb. Going pew pew pew. This is sick card art. I love the little icy stuff going on. Just icy burb. These guys are fucked, basically. Those trees are fucked, basically. Alright, here's Proliferating Dark Wraith. Most importantly, it has taught me how to know when to run. Oh, is that Ishtali Sentinel? That is a completely different look from what I would have expected Ishtali Sentinel to look like. Wow. That is Ishtali Sentinel. I guess I'm so used to her being, like, in action that seeing her kind of schlumped is just, like, it's very different. But it really makes me appreciate the Ishtali Sentinel art, honestly, because I never really realized, like, what it is that, like, her, I don't know, like, her schlook, I guess. This is cool, though. I love this card art. This is fantastic. Do I know what this card does? No, but I can appreciate the art. Cosmic Call. That's the Arbiter of the Peak, my homie. The Arbiter. He's been standing up there since the beginning of time. I just learned that PVDDR is a dev in the game now. They're the best Magic player of all time. I saw that tweet. I don't know who they are, but I was just like, wow, that's really cool that they're getting like extremely high level other card game players as devs for League of Legends. I think that bodes well for the future of the game. I saw that, Overmaster. I'm excited about that. Very excited. We got the Mr. Thrifter. This is a cute one. I really love like the whimsical nature of Bandle City type cards. It's not like something that it's not like my vibe or what I'm drawn to, because I'm drawn more to like this kind of ironically like the Ionia style art. But I always really appreciate like that it's super poppy, it's very whimsical, and it is very much so. You look at this card and you're like, Bandle City, bitch. So yeah. Chime Chow. We should just start calling this guy Chime Chow. But Mr. Thrifter is such a good name. You can't not call this card Mr. Thrifter. Balin the Benevolent. Yeah, I saw someone in chat literally said this is Baymax. This is basically Stone Baymax. Oh my god, look, it's the girl too. She's like the card that grants like gives a card formidable and +1 health or something, or like tough. You know what I'm talking about. What is she called? Where is she? No. No. That's not her. Protege. Her. That's her, right? That's literally her. Yeah. I love her hair, by the way. Beautiful. She's the one who... Oh, she gets +1 in tough. Yeah, that's the protege right there. She's the protege of Baymax. Oh, it's full circle. Balin grants great size, belies his gentle precision. Oh, he's literally Baymax. But I love it. This is so cute. I'm a very big fan of this card in general. This is neat. The card art for all of these, fucking 10 out of 10. Legends of Runeterra always just kind of knocks it out of the park when it comes to flavor in general, like the text, the art, just like everything. It's so goddamn good. I just want we gotta show some appreciation because this is it's Legends of Runeterra is such an honestly, it's an amazing game. There's a reason why I've been playing this game for over 2 years that like very consistently now at this point. It's just like this is exactly what like tickles my fancy, you know? And along with the fact that it's just like we can complain about metas or whatever all we want, but like the gameplay and everything and like or the interaction with the community and all that the devs have it's always been very great. Legends of Runeterra, great game, and just like the flavor, so fucking good, man. All right, let's move on to the buffs and nerfs. Variety set is definitely awesome, probably better than the last set. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, the variety set, this is really good. This is fucking pog. I'm very, very hyped about this. And we haven't even gone to the adjustments yet, guys. All right, let's talk about some of the nerfs. So, first things first, Keck by Champion Strength. Champion Strength is losing Scout, it looks like. So now it just rallies. It is reduced down in cost from 9 to 8. So it's back to its old cost. But it no longer, if you have the attack token, gives you an extra scout, which is, the scout was really the most game-ending aspect. I'm very, very happy to see this nerf for Champion Strength. That card was a little too strong. And so I think you could, and I think it kind of hit that break point where like people were just slotting it into Demacia decks because it was a strong card, which it seems like the philosophy for a lot of the Legends of Runeterra devs is that once that starts to happen, it's not super great and they kind of want to tone it down a little bit. So yeah, by Champion Strength, Sump Monument goes from plant 4 to plant 5. I love this change. This is something that, oh, it also goes to 4 cost. Oh, I didn't notice that. Huh. Yeah. No, I agree with all these nerfs for Sump Monument. Genuinely, Sump Monument was a really, really strong card. That card ate up so much damage. Like, you could survive so much just because of, like, Shroom RNG. So I'm happy to see this nerf to Sump Monument. As fun as the deck was to play, I did enjoy playing the deck. That card was, even though it didn't see, like, a ton of play, especially later on in the standard meta, I just felt that that card was, it was, like, eating up too much. It was doing too much, especially for a 3-costed landmark. Alright, Condense goes from 2 cost to 3 cost. This is pretty expected. Condense was a very... hit that same thing that I'm talking about with Champion Strength, where it was being slotted into a lot of different Vandal City archetypes, because Condense was just a very strong card in general that you could use on stronger followers. Good examples would be Broadman, Karina, Rex, the list goes on, simply because this card was just very strong. So seeing it at 3 costs it's a nice nerf to the card. Swain is surprising to me, going up from 12 to 16. But I'm not against the idea, because I did find that Swain leveled up quite easily, especially with the spawn card, which was was Idol. That being said, I would have hated to see them nerf Watchful Idol, which is the 1 mana, it's the card that damages itself to spawn. Swain hasn't really seen much play elsewise outside of that. I'm not completely opposed to this change, to be quite honest. Yeah, I'm fine with this. This is something that I'm just pretty neutral about Swain getting changed, honestly. The 0-5, that's correct. Yeah, Watchful Idol is the 0-5. It's this one. You played it with Swain Alawi. Alright, Purifying Flames. This is a nerf to the Elusive Fizz deck. It's the Solitaire deck. So basically, this granted +3 to 9 hand, and +2 to another 2. Wait, and another +2/+2. Yeah, it was just like a purely just hand buff card is what I mean to say. So now it just grants 2 allies +2/+2. I think that's a fine nerf to the card, honestly. I didn't find the Elusive deck was a deck that I never concerned myself with too much. But to be fair, I'm happy to see a lot of these like very popular decks getting toned down because it will allow for the rise of a new type of meta. Hey, yo, Alex, what's good? Hello. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you've been doing well lately. This is a Drizzoth nerf. This is actually deadass a Drizzoth nerf. Rip Drizzoth. I'm sure he's fine, though. He's got lots of things he can play. Pirouette goes from 2 cost to 3 cost, and the Plunder, it still goes down to 1 cost if you have plundered as well. I love how the editor's note literally says tempo. That's so funny. I think this is a fantastic nerf to the card. Pirouette was just slightly too strong, in my opinion, and I am very, very happy to see that this card is getting hit with a nerf. Yeah, and this was kind of just like a nerf to Samira Fizz as well. I mean, it's a Samira Fizz nerf, so yeah, that's fine by me. It still costs 1 when you plunder, so it's good on the right archetype deck. This was deserved. I agree, this was deserved. Fish Fight going to 2 cost, 3 cost. Very expected. If Fish Fight evaded nerfs, that would have been crazy to me. This card was so strong at 2 cost. It's like ridiculously strong. I think at 3 cost this is fine, because Vaintrox has been on the top for just a little too long. So, Fish Fight, probably still a good card you want to keep because it's just a strike spell for equip, but happy to see it at 3. Lord Broadmane goes from 3-5 to 3-4. Good. Listen, I was never a Broadmane deck fan. I'm happy about this. Moving on. Anyways, Vaults of Helia goes reverted back from 4 to 5 cost. God damn. That's crazy. If you had told me half a year ago that Vaults of Helia would be getting nerfed, I would have also said you were insane. But here we are. Rest in peace, Vaults. Honestly, you won't be missed. At least on my end. It was fun when it was a meme, but then when it became meta, like Mono Shurima, I was not laughing anymore. Anyways, was Vaults that big of an issue? No, I just found the Vaults deck was just annoying diverse in my opinion. So anyways, yeah, goes back to 5 cost now. I sincerely doubt we will see this card seeing much play anymore. Because 5 cost is a pretty big nerf to the card. Squeaker. Squeaker goes down to a 1-2. That's fine. I mean, yeah, it hits like the aggressive discard decks. I have no opinion about this. It's just another card that's hit in one of the meta decks that's running around. And Returno Wrench is the same story. Instead of, grants an impact, another grants 1. Wait, this doesn't grant impact anymore? That's interesting. So it's just discard fodder. No comment either. Read the Squeaker's editor note. Our legal team has thrown the book at Squeaker, and this is the price he's paid for extended extortion. After being progressively buffed, we've cornered him. Don't be a Squeaker because we will find you. That is so cute. Oh my god. Extended extortion. What is that? Oh, it's because they buffed him before, didn't they? Yeah, they buffed him from a 1-2 to a 2-1, and then they buffed it. Fucking rip Squeaker. This is interesting. I did not expect this. But I also don't really have an opinion about this because I never really was like, the discard decks, I was just like, whatever. Like, they're annoying. This is fine for me. I would not have expected this change because this is very much so a change to like the equipment in general. But that's fine to me. Shelly loses a tune. Rip Shelly. I mean, like, Attune made a big difference with Shelly. Kind of loses a little bit of her Nami support. Shelly did nothing wrong, Shirley. Yeah, Shirley. Fleet Admiral Shelly is a war criminal. With over smile, 300 confirmed quills smile, they cannot be twisted with spell mana. This fucking dev note is hilarious as shit. Oh my god. Yeah, Shelly losing a tune is a bit sad. I love Shelly decks. Because they're very like combo oriented, which is very much so also up my alley. But we must live with it. All the rest, like honestly, all of these nerfs have been fire in my opinion, and I think that they really hit the nail on the head for all the nerfs. That being said, I'm noticing that Heimerdinger Jace didn't get hit. But I think that's fine because we have to remember we're going into an eternal meta right now. And I really don't think that Heimerdinger Jace is going to be strong in the eternal meta, to be quite honest with you. So, I'm a fucking Fleet Admiral. Fuck yeah. So yeah. Anyways, let's move on to the buffs. These nerfs that, like, so far everything has been hitting. The patch is a 10 out of 10, and look where the fuck I am on these patch notes. We have not even scratched the surface of what is to come, apparently, because apparently these buffs are so extensive that I'm not even halfway through the goddamn patch notes. All right. I'm just going to, on the things that I don't have as much to say about, which is, I usually have a lot to say about a lot of things, but for Lord's Path, like, for stuff like this, I won't have as much to say about. I'm kind of just going to gloss over it. I'll be like, sounds good, or whatever, you know. Anyways, let's go for it. Warlords Palace loses a count, like, goes down to countdown 8 now. We're seeing some Akishan buffs. Akishan has always been a very solid, like, card in general, just because he's just a solid 2-drop in Shurima. So seeing some Warlord Palace buffs, count on seeing some Akishan gameplay, ladies and gentlemen. This is nice. Teddy is even bringing up that we might see some Infinite back, which I hope not, because I know that's not something they want. But yeah, I'm in. This is a fine buff to me. I do enjoy Akishan gameplay. I think he's a very well-designed champion. Poro King buffs. Hail, hallelujah, something. So, they changed his level up now. So when you summon 6 other new Poros, the same as old, but when he levels up now, you create a special snacks in hand. That's actually very nice. Well, do I think this will put Poro King on the map? I'ma be real. To all my Poro King fans out there, I'm sorry, but no. But this is still great. This is cute. You know, I think it's great that he creates a special snacks, but I'm sorry, this isn't going to put him on the map. He's still kind of bad. Poro King is fun to play. You can play your Poro King deck. And have some fun and have a fun time. I'm sorry, King. I think this is kind of big. You think so? Really? My vibe about this is that I feel that this is not that big, but especially because we are transitioning into an eternal meta. We have to remember that. Remember, if Poro King was good, we might have some problems. Yeah. Okay. Listen, guys. We don't want Poro King to be good. We have to be careful what we asked for. I already brought up Mono Shurima before, but I am fucking traumatized by Mono Shurima. Everyone was like, make Mono Shurima good, ba 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 ba. You know, make Katarina good, ba 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 ba. And then we were all traumatized when they actually made them good. We don't want Poro King to be good. Let him stay a meme. Let him stay fun for all the Poro enjoyers out there. Anyways, Frosted Snacks gets a buff. This is great. It's literally just a Frostbite now. I felt that the Frostbite enemy with 3 or less health really fucking sucked when I played Poro King before. So it's nice to see that this is now just a full-ass Frostbite. It's a good buff. Will it put him on the map? No, but that's okay by me. Anyways, back Poacher goes from a 2-2 to a 2-3. Doesn't really matter to me. That's a pretty good stat line for a 2-drop. But you might see more play of the Blimp Pack Poacher. But nothing more to say about this, honestly. Bristlehog had the text. This was basically like the bad Shurima chip. Sorry to all my Bristlehog enjoyers out there. Once an ally is in transforms game, grant me +1/+1. Now, this is the first time an ally transforms. Grant me +2/+1. Oh, he's like really chip now. So Bristlehog becomes a 3/3 once you've transformed an ally. Technically, this is also Isn't this also a chip? This is a Valley of Imitation support as well because they're both in Shurima. Maybe, huh? Maybe. Also, you know what I just realized? I realized that this card says I retain granted buffs. So as the follower that you transform this into every round keeps transforming, it keeps retaining the buff. That's actually insane. This card keeps getting better the more I read it. That's pretty neat. Okay, anyways, back to the buffs, guys. Back to the buffs. Yeah, but Bristlehog is, especially with some of the new variety card support that we're getting, maybe Bristlehog is a bit better than it was before. Because she's just Shurima chip, you know? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm sorry. They actually buffed Riven? No fucking way. I love Riven. I need a cough. Give me a second. Alright, I'm good. Ugh. Okay, wait. This is a small quality of life buff for Riven to make it more satisfying and synergistic with effects like equipment. I love Riven. Riven is one of my favorite champions in the game. I don't play her that often because I'm in like Noxus is not one of my favorite regions of the game, but I do love Riven and I like playing Riven decks. So first time she used to, when you increase your power, it just increases it by twice that amount. The first time you increase my power, grant me that much power. What is the difference here? Oh, it's grant. She's retaining the power. That's big. That's big. She's gonna stay big, so she becomes like more of a threat that stays on the board. I love that. Oh my god, we're gonna play some Riven decks. Oh, we're eating good tonight, chat. Fuck yeah. Love to see Riven changes. Small quality of life buff. This is huge for her. What? The fact that Riven is now retaining each of her granted power every time you increase it, like once per round, that's so crazy. That's good. Because she gets huge. And so now she's just gonna be a ticking time bomb. And let's not forget that Riven is extremely easy to level up, by the way. Can we just remember also that she's a 3-mana card? She's like a Trundle now, keeps growing? Yes! And she gives herself over. Wait, that's crazy. You can't convince me that this is more than just a small quality of life buff. This is actually insane for her that she's granting herself that much power. That's crazy. We are going to see Riven decks. I mean, like, I'm gonna play Riven, obviously, but we're going to see Riven decks. Like, that's a good change. She just becomes like this game ender that sits on your board and gets big. Shit. Maybe I'm over exaggerating because, like, obviously I'm a Riven stan, but like, still. Damn, I'm excited about that. I was not. If I had had a bingo card for these patch notes, Riven would not have been on there. I kind of like, my god, that's crazy. I'm astonished that she's literally on here. Wow, that's cool. We're gonna spruce some Riven decks, that's for sure. Okay, for some reason I thought you already capped half. No. This is big. Wait, whoa, Nami! Fuck. Wait, they reverted Nami. You gain 7 mana, you've like 6. Wait, they're reverting her. Giving health on her level 2 is vital to make, but having play level will the Nami wave surge once again? They reverted her completely. No fucking way. What? Wait, what? Giving 2 health on her level 2 is vital to making, but having routinely interplay leveled meta strategy. The change aims to bring back satisfaction while giving it more room to interact with her. Read the other thing. You've played 6. Oh, with an allied Nami in play. Okay, I'm sorry. Card gamer can't read. I'm enforcing the stereotype right now. Oh, okay. She has to be on the board. That's so interesting. You've played 6+ spells with an You've played 6+ spells with an allied Nami in play. It's shared across copies. Yes, it is shared across Nami copies now. It's kind of like a global level up. Oh, as happy as I am to see that Nami is getting buffed, like with the level 2, I'm kind of sad to see that they are changing her level up, because I actually thought this level up condition was very clever, and I thought it was unique to Nami, which I really enjoyed. But now this new level up condition is really interesting. Wow. I like the change. I like that they're giving Nami some love. I love Nami. I was a Nami enjoyer back in the day, back when everyone was hating on the Nami decks. I enjoyed playing the Nami decks, and I think really the biggest reason why I enjoyed playing Nami decks is because Nami was really the first champion, I think, that really pushed me to try other decks that besides standard mid-range. And to add more comfortably into my wheelhouse. And I really made a concerted effort to learn Nami Twisted Fate, because it was a more of like a combo style deck list. And yeah, sorry, there's something in the chat I did delete. But yeah, like learning Nami really pushed me into learning more combo oriented gameplay. So I have a soft spot in my heart for Nami. I think this is a huge buff. Oh yeah, this is definitively a buff. Nami was no good before. I mean, the fact with Nami of not granting health was just like, it was not great. Her level up is obviously extremely strong, right? They're putting it behind a higher wall. The implications of this are really interesting. Wow. So with the Nami buff now, you can still play Shelly in Nami decks too, and Shelly not granting a tune doesn't really matter as much. I think the play pattern of jamming Nami and Crib was already really good. Nami Samira. I see you guys are saying Nami Samira, Nami Seraphine. Yeah, so you're probably gonna want to play her with like a bunch of cheap spells, which you kind of want to do with her in general already. I think she's hard to flip. She's very hard to flip. Interesting. I'm excited to test Nami out. I think because of how strong the level 2 is, we're gonna see a decent amount of Nami gameplay, at least in the beginning, once patch drops. Burble also costs 8 now? That is true, Burble also does count 8 now. But to be fair, if you're playing 6+ costed spells, your Burble's already going down to 2 cost. You have to play so many spells to get Nami, like, active. So I think the nerf to Burble, while felt, Burble will still be played in a Nami style deck. I'm gonna try to force Nami Yi and it'll suck. That's the spirit. I'm excited about this one. This is back-to-back bangers. Wow. Very cool. Love that. And I get to use my Nami skin. Nami's got some great skins. She's got 2 really good skins. The Cascade Dragon one, which is beautiful, and it's got a great level up animation. And she's got the D&D one. Tide Caller with the dice effect. Oh god, so good. They love Nami. I love Nami. Oh my god, Sun Guardians are 2-3 again. We're back, baby. We're fucking back. Oh my god, Leona. We're back in business. Leoner. Did they revert Leona? No, they didn't revert Leona. Okay, Leona's still... Sorry, I got a cough. Leona is still hard to level. Like, very, very... Still harder to level. But Sun Guardian going back to a 2-3 is pretty nice. Damn, I was not expecting that. Targonians are eating? Targonians are motherfucking eating! That's nice. Wow, I feel like all of my favorite decks are getting buffed. I love how everyone's reacting to this patch like we're finally back. Yeah, I feel like that's the hallmark of a good patch. It's like, we're so back, baby. Holy shit, that's a 5/5 dragon card lookout just staring me in the face right now. Holy frickamoly. Wow, that's a hefty one. You know, Dragon Guard I've always wanted to play Dragon Guard Lookout because as I'm an OG stan of all underplayed archetypes, guys. You don't get it, okay? I'm kidding. But anyways, I've always wanted to jam Dragon Guard Lookout into all my dragon decks, and it's not because I'm a bad deck builder, as you may be thinking right now. It's just because I've seen the potential of Dragon Guard Lookout from the beginning. I've known this card could be good, and now as a 5/5, it has unlocked its true potential. And now I can finally stuff Dragon Guard Lookout into my dragon decks. And y'all won't yell at me anymore because she's actually a 5/5. That's cool. That's very cool. Happy to see that. Anyways, Thread the Needle goes from 3 cost to 2 cost. I mean, like, this is just, like, very purely, I've only ever seen this as a Gwen spell. Do you ever just play this by itself? Heal allies deal damage equal to its power to an enemy. Like, do you ever just play this outside of Gwen? I don't think so. This is, like, purely just a Gwen buff, honestly. It is fine. No extra opinions about it, honestly. I think Mogwai's played this. Okay, Mogwai's played everything, though. Oh my god, wait, holy dragon buffs. What the fuck? I feel like I just got assaulted by dragon buffs. This is part of the dragon changes. Boulder right through the gates. Oh, Baldur's Gate? Oh my god, I want to play that game so badly. Anyways, moving on. Third Baldur's Gate has been constructed recently. This requires investigation. Nice. Heal 2 to heal 5. Holy fuck-a-moly. That's a lot of fucking healing. Goddamn. Sheesh. Wow. That's good. This is like an auto-include in Dragon's decks now, and they're in buffing confronts now. If you grant an ally challenger, if it's a dragon draw 1, holy fuck, I just threw down my fucking cough drop. That's insane. You can draw? You can draw? Oh, dude. I've been saying this all stream, but we are so back, baby. We're so back. Dragons? Ain't no way. Draw in Demacia with my Shyvana deck, with my fucking Dragon Guard Lookout 2. Dragons are not back. Get out of here. Don't shit on my dreams. This is so cool. I don't care if it's copium. I'm gonna play some motherfucking dragons. After I'm done playing Riven. After I'm done playing Nami. After I'm done playing literally everything I want to play. This is cool. This is very cool. I love dragons. It appeals to, like, the mid-range Timmy in me. Play Shyvana Riven? Oh my god, you're so right. God. We're saucing. This is great. I'm so happy to see it. Draw 1. That's insane. What a great change to this card. Ugh. I fucking love Shyvana. She's just so cool. Shyvana's got some of the best motherfucking effects in the game, guys. Like, Shyvana's effects, they eat. They eat so hard. You haven't lived until you've seen Shyvana strafing strike you while she's level 2. Alright. Dawning Shadow goes from 7 cost to 6 cost. Ooh. Ooh. You know, I don't really like seeing darkness buffs, but we're gonna move on from that. 6 mana Dawning Shadow, huh? Ooh, that's a... Wait a second. Is that a Heimerdinger Jace buff? God, I don't want to think about it. No. I don't want to think about it. They were eating so hard up until now. We're gonna scroll past this and pretend we didn't see that. Okay, Rocket Barrage. Deal 3 to an enemy. Now it deals 4 to an enemy and 1 others. Oh, just 4 to 1 enemy. That's fine. Rocket Barrage? That's a lot of damage. It's a 5 mana slow speed spell, though. We'll definitely see some Rocket Barrage. I think this is a good PNZ spell. I say that, though, because I also haven't, like, gotten blown out by Rocket Barrage yet. If I get one of these days, I'm gonna like hard lose to Rocket Barrage and I'll be like, oh my god, Rocket Barrage is the worst card ever. Like, fuck this shit. But for now, I'm fine about this. We're gonna ignore this and move on. Dude, what the fuck? Wait, what? Why is this 5 cost? No. No. It's no longer Heimer Chase support. What the fuck? Eradication is 5 costed. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's like more darkness type buff. Like, okay, wait. Can we just talk about for a second the other Shadow Isles 5 costed cards? Because this is actually really funny. Grasp the Undying is a 5 mana, drain 3 from a unit. You can play 5 mana slow, kill all units with 3 or less power. My god. This is standard stuff? And we're going into an eternal meta. That's crazy. I don't know, maybe this isn't as good as I think it is or something. I think I'm just like kind of traumatized by Shadow Isles control at this point. To be fair, grass kind of sucks. Yeah, grass does kind of fucking suck. But you know, you get the point. Alright, you get it. Interesting. This patch still eats though. This is crazy. I like, as like traumatized as I am by Shadow Isles control type stuff, I like to see them pushing the boundary with like doing things like this, like making like a card like Eradication 5 cost or whatever, right? Like I think it really shakes up the meta, and I'm interested to see, especially with all these changes, how things are going to shape up for the eternal meta. For a lot of decks, you can buff out of it. Yeah, you can buff out of it. That is true. It is only 3 or less power, so you can play this on turn 3. It's kind of like, this is basically like an aggro killer. So all my aggro mans are crying in the club. Okay, adjustments. Let's move on to the adjustments. Is this more nerfs? This is intense quality life adjustment for Jack. This shouldn't affect his power level. We hope that we just get level up. Equipped allies have struck for 16. You've attacked with 16 plus power of equipped. That's different. You've attacked with 16 plus power. That's interesting. Okay. It's fine. I don't really have any real opinions about this change. I think that this seems like this is pretty equivalent. It's probably like just like attacking with 16 plus power of equipped allies is easier to level up Jax, perhaps, honestly, than actually striking. So he can level on attack, but can't level on defense spell strike. That's true. He actually can't level on defense anymore. Does he gain stats on attacks like Nico? If he does, that actually would make a difference. I think that does. He does. This is a really interesting change. I see why they put it under adjustment, because it kind of like balances itself out for some reason. Jax's Counter-Strike doesn't level him anymore? Oh, you're right, because Jax's Counter-Strike is a barrier. I completely just butchered how to spell Counter-Strike, so I was on the wrong side of my keyboard. Just ignore that. Yeah, on barrier. You are correct about that. Interesting. Huh. Honestly, I'm okay about it. I've never been a fan of Orange Jax, so no opinions. Realm's Caretaker goes from Yordle to Fae. This card is so cute. Can we talk about that? Our esteemed Yordiologist, Brian, has identified that these creatures are in fact not Yordles, and rather some sort of mouse creature best identified as Fae. That is so fucking cute. Profound! The realms beyond are most curious indeed. Oh, I love this. This is cute. I like that they changed this to a Fae card. Will this change this that much? Honestly, I don't think so. But this note is very adorable. Portal Scholar also goes to a Fae too, huh? That's fine. Wait, what? Oh, these buffs were just for standard. Does it say standard on top? No, it just says buffs. Wait, what? I mean, to be fair, everything that's in standard can be played in Eternal. And we are moving into Eternal meta, so everything we just saw in terms of buffs is still going to be played in an Eternal meta. But now we're moving on to the Eternal only buffs. Oh my god, we're like halfway through, guys. Holy fuck, it's Lee Sin. He's back. Oh no. No. I'm sorry. I'm traumatized. As much as I am a stan of a lot of things in this game, I am traumatized by a lot of things in this game as well. And Lee Sin is one of them. Man, it's been a hot second. We want all champions to live their best lives in Eternal, even those with sins as grievous as Lee's. Ah, har. Good one. This is cute. I love this kind of stuff, though. Lee Sin's an oldie. He got nerfed out. He was rotated out, but he also got nerfed so hard so that, like, people don't play anymore. But Lee was a terror. He was very much like a cornerstone, like, standard deck. Honestly, back when Lee was meta, I was, like, not in a phase yet where I was playing combo-style decks like Lee. Because I was mostly still, like, getting into the game and, like, playing mid-range style decks, and I wasn't as comfortable playing combo. I'd be interested to see how I would, like, do with a Lee deck now. I think it would be fun, honestly. So, I am tentatively interested to see how Lee Sin makes his return to the meta. I prefer Lee Sin to Rise. 100% I prefer Lee Sin to Rise. Fuck that. Always prefer Lee Sin over Rise. Lee Zoe was the deck that really hooked me on the game. Lee Zoe was a deck that I felt like, I'm not gonna lie, I felt like all the best players of this game were, like, hooked on Lee Zoe. It was like their crack. But, I mean, that's valid because Lee Zoe was a very skill-expressive deck, in my opinion. So, hey, Lee Zoe might be back with these buffs. We'll see. I don't mind playing against Peak Lee. Hey, Rolly. Yeah, I would say I prefer this way over Rise. So, Zoe's fun as a champion? Yes, love Zoe. Well, we'll see. Tentatively, well, I'll hold my judgment for Lee Sin. Withering Mist goes to 4 cost. Wow, aggro is one of the most potent archetypes in Eternal. Fuck aggro, am I right? Damn. 4 cost drain 2 from 2 enemies. Now that's a lot better than what it was before. Wow. Interesting. I mean, you really don't want to be cashing in on the aggro stonks, I'll tell you that, guys. What the fuck? They buffed Fangs. This is the people's patch. This is the people's motherfucking patch. Do you see this shit? They buffed the Fangs. It's a 3-2 again. Oh, baby, Targon is eating so good. Oh, I'm gonna get to play my Celestial deck again. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. Oh, that's great. The Fangs being back to a 3-2. I thought I would never live to see the day. God damn. That's awesome. Yeah, that's it. I've been wanting this change for a while. It's just like, it's just kind of like, I'm gonna play Celestials. That's it. Fangs can also buff Fearsome cards now, which is cool. So, this is what it, for reference, if you don't know, Fangs used to be a 3-2, and then they nerfed it to a 2-2, and then the card was absolutely unplayable. Isn't Snake? Snake is also back to a 2-1 again. Oh. Agnivia goes to a 0-2. We aren't expecting these changes to make an immediate meta impact, but we're trying to let them be the best forms of themselves and feel more exciting when seen in Path of Champions. Huh. It's just for Agnivia. Yeah, I mean, that's interesting. I don't think I see. I don't see this making an immediate meta impact either, honestly. But hey, Anivia players will be happy, so that's a good one. Wait, what? Thorny Toad is a 3-1 now? That is that's such a different change. This used to be like a 1-4 wall. This is actually a great change. The Toad strikes back. The Toad is back, baby. Was the Toad ever even here is the real question. Damn. You can block super easily with this now, and obviously it just like dies super easily. That's nice. That's cool. I can genuinely tell you I was not expecting to see buffs like this. Yone goes to 6 cost. Yasuo! Show yourself! That's what he would say. He still doesn't tutor Yasuo, but that's okay. I want him to tutor Yasuo for flavor, but I don't want him to tutor Yasuo because I hate Yasuo. So I'm conflicted, obviously. Toad can block fearsomes. Yes, Toad can now block fearsomes because it is a 3-1. It hits that, which is really nice. Yasuo on 4, Hillock on 5, Yone on 6. No. That's the stuff of nightmares. Winslow Hillock already tutors Yasuo. Listen, I know he does, but I just feel like for the flavor, it would make so much sense if Yone tutored Yasuo. Because he always is like, Yasuo, where are you? Like, show your fucking face, you bitch. And then Yasuo tutors out of the deck like he's answering the call to a challenge. You know what I'm saying? You want 2 Yasuo tutors? No, I don't want any Yasuo tutors. But I just think it would be really cool if Yone tutored Yasuo because it would make sense with the flavor, okay? Anyways, God, this Yasuo curve is disgusting me. Yone did kind of need a buff, though. At 7 cost, he was just, like, not good enough. So at a 6 cost, he makes a lot more sense. And for Hatchling, goes to a 5-4. Whoa. Also, was her favorite champion confirmed? Get the hell out of here. Then for Hatchling, goes to a 5-4. Wow. I mean, this is alright. This is, like... Yeah. I don't think, like, not like Winfair Hatchling really saw that much play before. Winfair Hatchling also makes a really cool sound when you play it. If you've never played Winfair Hatchling, I recommend you play it at least once so you can hear the cool sound it makes when you play it. It's very majestic. Extremely. It's also a pretty card. It's very cute. It's got like this cute little like snooty face. You see like the little snout on this like big burp body. I got really off topic. Anyways. That's fine. I mean, this is like an elusive Ionia, like Ahri type, like indirect buff in my head. I feel like you'd always still rather play Synan though. Actually, well, I mean, the Windfarer does. Oh my God, Synan has that stupid apostrophe in his name, doesn't it? Yeah, because Synan draws too. This is elusive though. What if you just played Synan and Windfarer Hatchling in the same deck? That's some motherfucking stonks right there. I mean, Synan's drawing too, which is more useful for Ionia, I feel like. But technically, as a 5-4 elusive in Ionia, you can kind of put more pressure on, I suppose. 7 cost Eternal, I think this is nice. Yeah, I do agree with you. I think this is a relatively nice buff. Scattered Pod goes from a 6 cost to a 5 cost. With no attune. But the same effect. This is a Lee buff. All this Yasuo talk is why I'm here. Oh my God, Jothri. God damn it. Scattered Pod. This is also a Lee buff. Legitimately, like, we're definitely gonna see some Lee decks running around. Both Scattered Pod and Lee are 5 cost. No attune. But I don't think that is that crazy. Pod is a Yasuo buff? You think everything is a Yasuo buff, Jason. Huh. Again, same thing with the they're deleting Attune this patch. I do like Attune, but yeah, I mean, Attune is pretty strong in general because gaining that extra mana point can be manipulated in a way that like becomes very beneficial for you. That being said, I am tentatively accepting of this. Just kind of like I've never been like I'm okay about Ionia. I do enjoy like the Ahri archetype in Ionia, honestly. I do actually really enjoy the Ahri archetype. I never really got a full chance to enjoy Lee Sin back in its heyday, and Scattered Pot is one of those cards that kind of like falls into that play style of deck. I still don't really think that like the Spellslinger gameplay is something that aligns with what I usually want to play. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll develop my opinions throughout the patch. Anyways. Mountain Scryer goes to a 3-4. Oh my fucking god. It's like they just like decided to add Celestials back into the game. Holy fuck. Mountain Scryer's going to a 3-4. Bitch, you gotta be kidding me. Ain't no way. I love Mountain Scryer. This is wow. Hey yo, Juan, thanks so much for the raid. I hope you had a great stream today. Welcome, raiders. Juan, also thank you so much for subbing for a whole year. Thanks, Juan. I hope you're doing swell. Hope you've been having a good one. Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, this is crazy. The Mountain Scryer buff. I can tell you right now, one of the first decks I'm gonna play tomorrow is Celestials. I'm going to introduce y'all to the Targon. What did I call it before? It's like the Targon win game plan, which is just to like you kind of just like fatigue your opponent out to a point where like you realize that they can't win anymore because the Celestial games go on so long. They were just literally like, what if we buff Targon? And they're like, which card? Yes. Targon is eating so good. I'm so happy about it. Targon's my favorite region in the game, guys. This is gonna be great. I have so much stuff I want to play tomorrow. It's exciting. Crocolith goes to a fearsome unit. I don't know what this means for specific archetypes. But I mean, the only thing I could think of with Crocolith is like you want to cheat him out with like timelines and stuff. But the cost of Crocolith is usually too great for you to want to main deck a card like this. It's really good for Path of Champions. Yes, I could see this being really good for Path of Champions style deck. Yes. Yeah, it's a path buff. We won't see Crocolith in main gameplay. Swiftling Lancer goes to a 5/5. That's fine. I also see this as a path buff because I'm pretty sure you play Swiftling Lancer maybe in like I think one of like the Path of Champions like decks like Garen or something. But yeah, you like generally just never play Swiftling Lancer in general. I think this is it's a remembrance buff. It's a remembrance buff, baby. Remembrance is back in business. I'm kidding, but you get the gist. Great Throne Companion. Oh my god, remembrance stonks are way up. Yeah, that's fine. Laurent Chevalier, sure. Goes to a 3/3, not a big deal. Prodigy, these are all kind of just like path style buffs, honestly. Fuzzy go to a 3/3 is kind of nice. Open Telescope to a 3/2. It's a 3-mana card though. At a 3-mana card, at 2 mana, Loping Telescope was an absolute fucking terror. Remembrance summons the Sarge. The Demacia card. I know what you're talking about. Where is he? How the hell do you spell Sergeant? Am I like tripping? Oh, this guy. Scrutinizing Sergeant. Yeah, honestly, this one's a real, this is like the biggest hit to Remembrance. Little newbie. Yep, these are all kind of just like little additional buffs that they're kind of just throwing. Oh. Soraka Puffs? Okay, to be fair, this doesn't really make a huge difference because at the point of the Star Spring game plan, when you're playing Wish, you're already winning the game anyways. Oh, Celestials? On cost? You know I'm already placing my Celestial deck. Give me a 3-3 Challenger. It's fine. Rico Rex. Excited about that? Whoa! Wording Stone's going to a 0-4, huh? That's chonky. That's a chonky Stones. I mean, to be fair, this card was not seeing play before, obviously, right? I mean, it is an Eternal only, but like, there are other ramp cards that are getting printed, so it makes sense they're going to raise the power of Wording Stones. 0-4 is chonky. Huh. A Molten Breath. Dragons. The patch of dragons. Just dragons everywhere. Just non-stop. Oh, hey, look. Abyssal Guard gets attuned to make up for the attune that was lost on the other cards. These are all fine. Sure. Radiant Guardian. Whoa, someone page BBG. This is another remembrance buff. Going to a 5-5. Wasn't this a 5-5 before? I think they're just reverting the change here. Huh. Yeah, right. To be fair, you probably still don't... Radiant Guardian still doesn't see play, but like, still. Someone page BBG. For those of you who don't know, BBG was a really big Demacia enjoyer, lore content creator back in the day, who really, like, Radiant Guardian was like one of his favorite cards to play. Understandable. I like the tough animation, so cool. She had some really nice voice lines. Very strong, just like aggro killer card. Oh shit! Burst speed? Question mark? Heals and draws? This card has been seeing a lot of changes over the... And by a lot, I mean it's been like 2. But this used to be 7 mana slow, and then they changed it to 4 mana slow, and now it's a 4 mana burst. And you saw Tellstones. That is a Tellstones buff. Ionian Tellstones buff if I've ever seen one. God damn. I don't know. This seems pretty big to me. I feel like you want to... No, I don't want Demacia. You got Gruesome Theater, you got a Spur Speed, Ritual Renewal, and Standing United. That's pretty good. Aggro does not exist. Aggro is literally like the untold buff nerf, however you want to put it. I guess nerf is that aggro is just literally getting deleted from the game. No way this is broken? No, I don't think this is broken. But like, this has got to be some sort of strong, especially with the Tellstone, right? Especially when you're seeing Lee Sin coming back into prominence. You could run at least like one Tellstone in a Lee Sin deck and be happy with it. As a burst speed spell too. I think you have to really think about the implications of other champions that are Lee Sin that are potentially coming back into the meta as well. Isn't this standard legal? Is Ionian Tellstones? Ionian? Yeah, this is standard legal too. This is standard legal. Huh. Oh, here's the Vlad change. Holy shit, we're still going. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in this bitch. Okay. The Vlad change. The change I've been waiting for the entire patch. It's been an hour and a half now. So Vlad, when he attacked, used to deal out damage to all the allies to his right. Now, when you play Vlad, you deal 1 to any number of allies to deal that much to an enemy. To an enemy unit? Deal 1 to any number. So you can choose the number of allies. So you can choose as 2, as 3, as 4. And you can deal, let's say, like 3 damage to an enemy unit on their board. And he also still... Oh no, he doesn't get the attack effect anymore. Interesting. Deal 5, ping 5. Wow. That's a really interesting change. So he only has a play effect now. But because he's so easy to level up, he still gets the play effect, and then he also gets the same attack effect, which is to drain and deal damage to enemy nexus. That is a really cool change, honestly. It also falls into like Noxian Fervor style things. I really like this. He can just level himself. He can just level himself now if you make the board wide enough, of course. Huh. I think I want to play some Vlad. He's like a 5-man and allows you to kind of apply some control on the board with obviously a skill. I think he'll be... But what do you play him with? With Scargrounds? It's kind of busted. I mean, like, Braum... Okay, let's be real, guys. Like, Braum is not good. But we have seen in the past that when a champion becomes improved or becomes stronger, it can raise the power level of other not-so-great cards or champions in the game, right? Swain. Swain was also increased in level up. You can play this with Swain. I think there's a lot of implications of what you can play Vlad with. We don't have to just think specifically about Scargrounds. You could just play like Vlad in a deck with some of his package, right? But also with like Swain style cards or whatever, right? Like I feel that looking at this change, he feels like a very solid 5-drop now. Because not only does he level himself, but he's also dealing with the enemy board. I like that quite a bit. It's really interesting to me to see how this such a simple change can really change how I view like an absolute garbage tier champion previously. Katarina's also a good example of this when they changed her with getting the blades and stuff. She was so bad before, guys. Faded units. Yo, we should play Vladimir Faded. Wait. Vladimir Faded actually sounds so funny. I kind of want to play Vladimir Pantheon, guys. Oh my god. Oh, is there a Vlad skin? Listen, I'm not ashamed to admit that if there, I will just, there's no skin. God damn it. This is obviously no skin. Why obviously? Maybe he would, you know? I'm not ashamed to admit that I would get a Vlad skin. Unabashedly. Wait, oh, they changed. Oh, Crimson Pact deals 1 to any number of allies. Deal that much to an enemy. Oh, okay. This is the same thing. That is. Oh, this is playability, right? His design is low-key perfect, Dynamo. I actually really like this design change. I'm a big fan of this. It's simple yet very like elegant way to change him, and also completely change up his energy, his vibe. You get what I'm saying? Excited. I'm gonna play a Vlad deck tomorrow. That's for sure. I was kind of expecting them to reintroduce Vlad into standard. You have to understand that rotation. There's gonna be another rotation, at least to my understanding, and sorry, they're gonna rotate out more cards and likely rotate other cards back in. It's just not gonna happen so soon after the first rotation that already happened. That's my understanding of what rotation will be. It's not something that's like a one-time thing. But yeah, wow. And that is the patch. Ladies and fucking gentlemen. I'm dying. I'm like coughing up a storm over here. But wow. I can't even say like that's it, because there was so much here. And there's still all of this here that I did not touch. But I really want to just focus strictly on like the buffs and the nerfs and the variety cards for this, for right now. Hydration time, good idea. My understanding that rotations once a year, yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. I can't imagine rotation is something that happens like super frequently, but is something that just like happens once and then never happens again. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is crazy. This is insane. This is. I'm not trying to exaggerate, but to my most recent memory, this is probably one of the best patches we've gotten in a really, really long time, if not one of the best patches we've ever gotten. This is insane. Like, there is just so much content here. Apparently, it's an hour and a half worth of content of just chatting about this. You know, like, it's not even just like playing the card. I'm just like reacting, and there's so much to talk about. It's crazy. I'm so fucking hyped. And the fact that this is a variety patch is crazy. We've separated them into two separate. I'm reading this right now. We're relying on the standard changes. This time we wanted to make sure we dethrone some monuments, some other meta decks, and the meta continues to evolve along the title. They knocked it out of the fucking park here, that's for sure. This is a great patch. Hats off to the devs and everyone on Legends of Runeterra team. This is fantastic. I am so excited to play this game tomorrow. We're going to try out so many different decks, revisit so many old archetypes, and that makes me extremely happy because I kind of feel like that's it's like what Eternal is about, you know? You get to play some of the old archetypes you haven't played in a while. And especially seeing some of the old stuff get buffed, it's just nice. I'm excited, guys. If you guys have any additional thoughts, I'd love to hear what you think about it. And if you're watching this on YouTube, that's right, this is going on YouTube. I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below on, you know, what your favorite change is, or, you know, what you're looking forward to the most, or what kind of deck you're thinking about playing in the first week of the new patch. That being said, if you watched this entire thing, thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed, and yeah, have a good one. Okay, guys, that's it. That was the YouTube outro. I'm sorry. I'm very bad at off the cuff type stuff. I think I'm getting a little bit better than when I first started, but like